This is the study guide video for lines, angles, and triangles. For the first 6 questions, we are going to be using this diagram to answer. We're going to be listing all pairs of angles that match the given angle relationship. So for number 1, they want us to list all pairs of alternate interior angles. Remember that alternate means opposite sides of the transversal. Interior means between the parallel lines. So the interior angles are these here between the parallel lines, and we want the ones on opposite sides. So we have angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles. We also have angle 3 and angle 5. For number 2, we want to list all pairs of corresponding angles. Corresponding means they are in the same position in each cluster of angles. So our first set on the top left is an angle 1 and angle 5. Also corresponding are angle 2 and angle 6, angle 4 and angle 7, and angle 3 and angle 8. Next up, we have same side interior angles. These are the angles that are inside between the parallel lines, but they are on the same side of the transversal. So for this one, we're going to be looking at angle 4 and angle 5, as well as angle 3 and angle 6. Vertical angles, we've talked about a lot. These are the ones that are across from each other. So angle 1 and angle 3, also angle 2 and angle 4, angle 5 and angle 8, as well as angle 6 and angle 7. Next up is alternate exterior angles. Alternate again meaning opposite sides of the transversal. Exterior, these are now outside of the parallel lines. So for these, we have angle 1 and angle 8, as well as angle 2 and angle 7. Last up is all pairs of supplementary angles. If we go back to our diagram, supplementary angles are 2 angles that form a straight line. They are adjacent or next to each other. So here we have angle 1 and angle 2. And we're gonna have a lot for this one. So we'll see if we can list all of them. So we have angle 1 and angle 2. We also have angle 1 and angle 4. We have angle 2 and angle 3, as well as angle 3 and angle 4. And that's all of the ones from the top cluster. So now we have a bunch for the bottom. So we have angle 5 and angle 6, as well as angle 5 and angle 7, angle 6 with angle 8, and angle 7 with angle 8. And that should be all of them. Remember that supplementary angles, because they combine to form a straight line, they add up to 180 degrees. The other angle pair that is supplementary or adds up to 180 degrees are your same side interior angles. All the rest are congruent, meaning they have equal measures. All right. Let's look at 7 and 8. For number 7, we are going to solve for x. We remember that all 3 angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So I'm just going to list them in order. My first angle plus my second angle plus my third angle equals 180. Next up, I'm going to combine my like terms. So I'm going to start with my x values. So 3x plus 4x plus 9x plus 4x, excuse me, is going to give me 16x. And then I have negative 11 plus 45 plus 2 gives me plus 36 equals 180. And subtract 36 from both sides. just going to bring this over here. So I get 16x is equal to 180 minus 36 is 144. Now I divide both sides by 16, and x equals 9. Said solve for x. We did. We're good. We can move on to the next question. This one wants us to find the measure of angle S. So that's this guy here. That's going to be this one. We're going to need to solve for x first. I know that this little box down here means this is 90 degrees, and all three of these add up to 180. So I'm going to do my first angle plus my second angle plus my third angle of just 90 is equal to 180. Same as last time, we're going to combine our like terms. So I have 2x plus 3x, which will give me 5x. And then 19 plus 6 plus 90 gives me 115. That's equal to 180. We're going to subtract 115 from both sides. These cancel. And 5x is equal to 65. Divide by 5 on both sides. And x equals 13. However, they asked us to find the measure of angle S, which is represented by this expression 3x plus 6. So we need to go back and plug in our solution of 13 for x. So 3 times 13 plus 6 gives me that the measure of angle S is equal to 45 degrees. Okay, let's put this guy over. All right, for number 9, we are solving, this is an exterior angle problem. So I like to circle my exterior angle to begin with, just so that I can see it. And we know that our exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two other interior angles. So I'm going to write my first angle of 63 plus my second angle of x plus 13. So I end up with this equation. First thing I'm going to do is combine these like terms of 63 plus 13. So I get 3x equals 76 plus x. Since I have an x on both sides, I do want to combine those, and I'm going to move my smaller x, which is this x on the right with the invisible 1. To do that, I'm going to subtract it. So I get 2x is equal to 76. Divide both sides by 2. And x is equal to 38. That's our final answer. For the next one, this wants us to find the measure of angle NML. NML ends up here, and it's going to be represented by this angle. Before we do that, we need to set up our equation, and it's another exterior angle question. So that right there, the 19x plus 2 represents my exterior angle. So to set up my equation, my exterior angle is equal to my two interior angles added together. So 19x plus 2 equals 6x plus 5x minus 12. I can combine these two x values on the right. So 9x plus 2 equals 21x minus 12. I like to move my smallest x value first. 19 is smaller than 21, so I'm going to subtract 19x from both sides. And I get 2 is equal to 2x minus 12. Since I have x on one side, I now need to move all of my numbers away from x, so I'm going to start with this 12. I need to add it to both sides. So I get 14 is equal to 2x. We can divide by 2 on both sides. and x is equal to 7. We now have to find the measure of angle NML, as we said earlier, represented by 15x minus 12. So I'm going to substitute my solution of 7 into the expression here. So 15 times 7 minus 12 gives me the measure of angle NML is equal to 93 degrees. All right, moving on. We're now moving into our angle relationship problems. First up, we have this guy here. We have 58 degrees and 5x minus 2 degrees. These are corresponding angles. I know that corresponding angles are congruent, meaning that their angle measures are equal, so I can set these equal to each other. 58 equals 5x minus 2, and now I just need to solve for x. I'm going to add 2 on both sides. All right, 58 plus 2 is 60, so 60 equals 5x. We divide both sides by 5, and we get x is equal to 12. And I was solving for x, so I'm done. Our next one wants us to find the measure of angle 5, which is going to be this guy here. But to figure that out, we need to work with our 2 angles that are marked to solve for x. These also happen to be corresponding angles. And we know corresponding angles are congruent, so their angle measures are equal. So I can set these equal to each other. 2x plus 56 equals 5x minus 19. I'm going to start by moving my smallest x value first. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. I get 56 equals 3x minus 19. Next, I'll add the 19 to both sides, move that away. And 56 plus 19 is 75, equal to 3x. I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and I will get that x is equal to 25. Now we have to figure out the measure of angle 5, and the quickest way to do that is to figure out how big the angle across from it is, since these are vertical angles and they have to be the same. So I'm going to bring this 25 over. I'm going to plug it into the expression. 5 times 25 minus 19 in my calculator, and I get that this angle is equal to 106 degrees. Since 5x minus 19 is vertical to angle 5, that means that the measure of angle 5 is also 106 degrees. Okay, next, number 13, we have this angle here and this angle here. They are on the same side of the transversal and both interior. So same side interior angles are not congruent. They are supplementary, meaning that they add up to equal 180 degrees. So I'm going to take my first angle plus my second angle and make it equal to 180. First thing I have to do here is combine like terms. So 5x plus 9x is going to give me 14x, and then plus 3 and minus 33 gives me minus 30. Go ahead and add 30 to both sides. I get 14x is equal to 210. I divide both sides by 14. I get that x is equal to 15. All right, this next one has 2 steps. We have 3 angles that are marked. We need to solve for x and y. If I look at my 3 expressions, I notice that the The one on top here, 9x plus 25, has an x value, and this next one below it, 13x minus 19, also has an x value. Only one of my expressions has a y value. So I need to start with these two that have x, and I'm going to solve for x first. Given their placement in the diagram, these are corresponding angles, meaning that they are equal to each other. So I'm going to start by setting 9x plus 25 equal to 13x minus 19. And then I'm going to solve this. So I'm going to move my smaller x value first by subtracting 9x. I get 25 is equal to 4x minus 19. Now I'm going to add 19 to both sides. And I'm going to get that 44 is equal to 4x. When I divide by 4 on both sides, x is equal to 11. So now that I know what my x value is, I can figure out how big this angle of 13x minus 9 is. And 13x minus 19. And I can use this value to figure out how big y is. So this whole angle is equal to 124 degrees. I know that these two angles together form a straight line. They are supplementary angles. So they must be adding up to 180. So this means that if I set up 17y plus 5 plus my other angle of 124 degrees, this must be equal to 180. This is the same as 17y plus 129 when I combine like terms. Next thing I need to do is subtract 129 from 180. And this is going to give me that 17y is equal to 51. When I divide both sides by 17, y is 3. So my answers are x is 11 and y is 3. Okay. Last one. We have this big diagram, and we need to figure out all of the angle measures for all of the missing ones. So I'm going to start by filling out the ones that I know are easiest. I have this angle right here is 20 degrees. That means that the angle vertical to it, angle 11, is also 20 degrees. This angle and angle 4 are, if I cover this up, alternate interior angles. Or angle 4 and angle 11 are corresponding, which means angle 4 is also 20 degrees. And the angle that is vertical from angle 4 is angle 1, also 20 degrees. Coming back down to this bottom right cluster, if I know that angle 11 is 20 degrees, angle 11 and angle 12 are supplementary. They form a straight line, so together they must make 180, which means that angle 12 must be 160 degrees. And angle 10 also must be 160 degrees. The next easiest cluster to figure out is this one down here in the bottom right. This box means that this is a 90-degree angle. And when one angle in a cluster is 90 degrees, they're all 90 degrees. So 7, 90 degrees, angle 8, 90 degrees, angle 9, 90 degrees. Angle 6 and angle 7 are same side interior. Together, these two angles must make 180. And if one of them is 90, the other one must be. So angle 6 is also 90 degrees. Angle 6 is vertical to angle 3. So angle 3 is also 90 degrees. And now all we have left is angle 2 and angle 5. There are numerous ways that you can do this. I am going to use the interior triangle here with angle 5, 90 degrees, and 20 degrees to figure out how big that should be. So angle 5 plus 90 plus 20 must equal 180. So this means that angle 5 plus 110 degrees is equal to 180. I subtract 110 from both sides. That means angle 5 must be 70. So since angle 5 is 70 degrees, angle 2 is also 70 degrees, and we have completed our diagram.